Hey guys, today I just want to talk to you really quickly about Orlando. I say quickly, but it probably won't be that quick. Yes, I am a Canadian, but that doesn't matter. We at Authentic Mission are Canadian, but that doesn't matter. We are still human. We are all still brothers and sisters in one form or another. And we are all connected. And this has been all over the news and all over Facebook. And I have a few acquaintances that I talk to from Florida. And, there's a friend of mine that says it best, or said it best when it all originally started. Right away the gun debate started, and he was saying, like, it's been less than 24 hours. Can we please talk about the human lives lost? Can we do that first? I don't think my friend was saying, let's not have a gun debate, but he was saying, let's not make this a political issue right away. Let's at least wait 48 hours. And if you end up watching this, brother, thank you for saying that. And look, I'm a Canadian. I'm somebody that's struggled with my sexuality for years, and only recently have begun to accept who I am. It's not easy every day. It will get better over time, but there's so many aspects of this that I want to get to. But first, before I do even any of that, I just want to say, first of all, this is the newest thing today. I don't know much about it. I can't really get into a debate about it, but I just want to say it's been a bad week for Orlando. I mean, first you have the singer from The Voice. I wasn't a fan of The Voice, but again, I followed it a little bit, and I can't believe that, in one weekend we have the singer from The Voice that gets killed, unfortunately, and I ask that everybody pray for her family, her fans. I ask for anybody to pray for open minds when it comes to whatever the Americans choose to do right now, because I understand it's part of your guys' constitution. We have our constitution in Canada. It's our Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms. So I'm not asking that be I'm not asking that your Second Amendment be obliterated or get rid of it, but I've heard some Americans say on TV and a little bit on Facebook, why do we need these massive assault rifles? Handgun, sure. Hunting gun, sure. Carry it with you to protect yourself, considering all the shootings that are going on, sure. Like the hand carry laws or whatever they are that's in Texas. And by the way, any Americans that see us, please forgive me if I misquote a little bit of the information. Not the information, but your laws, because I don't want to disrespect it, but it's hard for me to read. So I've had a little bit of trouble finding some research. And the only reason that I'm behind on doing this video is because I have one assistant that's here a couple times a week. So I wanted to do this video right away. I even called my assistant and said, I wish you'd come here today or tomorrow and do this, but he has a life too, so. But mainly, first of all, I just want to say sorry to Orlando for everything that's been going on, whether it's the unfortunate new thing with the boy from Disney. I from what I know now, just from what I know now, at this current time, I'm not going to blame Disney. I'm not even going to make a follow-up video attacking Disney for it, because Disney has done a lot for people, help people escape troubles at home, get lost in movies. Has there been some controversy? Sure, with Disney, sure. But, overall, they nurtured my imagination. I wanted to be a cartoonist for a while, until I figured out I can only draw like Picasso, which he was a great artist, but that does not apply to art. But anyways, to drawing cartoons. So first of all, sorry to the family of that little boy, and my thoughts and prayers, as well as the thoughts and prayers of everybody here at Authentic Mission, are with you, and with this little boy's family, and with Disney, and with anybody that's affected by any tragedy like this, all of a sudden out of nowhere. And when it comes to Orlando, I quite frankly don't know where to begin on the conversation, because some stuff is coming out. I'm not going to say the shooter's name. I'm not going to do it, because I, like Anderson Cooper, and like the people here at an entertainment program called eTalk in Canada, I don't think we should be showing this guy's picture. I don't think we should be showing this guy's name. I don't think that he deserves any fame. Anybody that does all these shootings, whether it be the Boston bombing a couple years ago, or any shooting, any country, anywhere, Canada, anywhere, I don't think any of these mass shooters deserve any fame, any coverage, anything saying, well, he grew up here and he was suspected of this in high school, or he was suspected of this, like the shooter. It's come out that the shooter had problems at school. Now, I'm not saying having problems at school makes you a mass shooter, but why are they covering the school stuff? It doesn't matter, reporters, because all you're doing is, for anybody that's disillusioned with this ISIS stuff, okay, or disillusioned with Islam, or disillusioned with Christianity, so they go looking for something else, and then they find this Islam faith, and I'm not blaming Islam either, because first of all, I don't know a lot about it. So for anybody watching this that may be Muslim, or maybe consider being Muslim, that's not my thing, but from what I have read, or I should say listened to on YouTube, because there's an audio Quran on YouTube, my attention span doesn't allow me to read the whole thing. I just won't. But it goes with the Bible too. I just can't seem to spend a day to just read. Do I go back and do I read a little bit and read a little bit? Yeah, I do. But from what I have read of the Quran, it doesn't say, I can't quote it, but it doesn't say to do this to your fellow man. It doesn't say if these Westerners, they don't dress properly, kill them. It doesn't say these Westerners kiss men kiss men, and women kiss women, kill them. It doesn't say that. So why are you causing this pain? And the same goes for Christianity. There's people that mutate Christianity, or I should just say the words of Jesus and the words of God, and spread hate. Like there's the Westboro Baptist. I shouldn't have even said their name, because they deserve no fame as well. They're evil. They're evil people that take scripture and they corrupt it. And it's just wrong, and it just pisses me off. And I'm sorry, I try not to swear too much, but sometimes passion and heart takes over my mouth, and I'm angry. Look, we cannot be doing this to each other as fellow human beings, gay, straight, lesbian, transgender. Overall, even if you don't believe it in terms of faith, it also says treat other Luke. Hold on a second. Luke chapter 30. Anyway, it's in Luke. It says treat others the way you want to be treated, or I'm dumbing it down so it's easier to understand, but and not making it all the thee and thou and all that stuff. But treat others the way you want to be treated, man. If you don't want people to hurt you, don't hurt people. Now, that doesn't mean that people that hurt people always deserve their come up. And some people just make mistakes, whether it be mental illness or not dealing with issues that they needed to deal with. And do unto others as you would have them do unto you, I believe is the scripture. But in the Quran, I'm sorry, no disrespect, I can't quote it like I just did with the Bible, but I have listened to a little bit of it, and it doesn't say to do that to people. And if you're feeling disillusioned with faith, then I mean, so be it. But go talk to a pastor. Go talk to whoever you need to talk to, because these were human lives. There was a mother that covered her son to protect her son, and she died. And she had, I believe it was 10 other kids. And she survived cancer, and to just take her life away like that, what gives you the right to do that? We need to stand together. We need to figure this out. And to not that this justifies anything this guy is doing, but or did, but it's come out that he may have been. Now, there's two ways to look at this. He may have been gay and couldn't deal with that, because in the Islam faith it says that you apparently I haven't read it, but apparently it says that you can't be gay, just like Christianity says as well. Which, by the way, I've had pastor friends that say, yeah, you can be, and I've had pastor friends that say you can't. I don't believe that you can't be. I think that you can be gay, because like, that was probably a stipulation put in there by the Catholic Church to make people, to control people, to make people feel evil, to it's all about elements of control. And if I don't believe that something's right, not me, but I'm saying if people don't believe something's right, they end up coming up with some sort of writing that makes it where they can back up whatever they've said. And you know what? If you're a pastor and you want to tell me that I'm wrong, then comment, but don't attack me for my free speech, because like in America it's free speech. In Canada, it's freedom of expression. And there's another way to look at that as well, but it can't click for me right now. But I just, oh man, when I do, like, there's just so much I want to say, and I'm not saying get rid of the guns, but why do we need a gun that can blow your head off in one shot, or put like 5 holes in you in one shot? Like, how much of this are we going to take? How much of this, as human beings, do we want to take? Whether we're Canadian, American, British, how much of this do we want to take? I mean, I really thought the gun laws were going to change when Sandy Hook happened. Nope. Was that Sandy? Yes. Sandy Hook, with the shooting with the kids, the grade ones that were killed. You're gonna put your gun rights ahead of 6-year-olds? Like, seriously, people? Now, I'm not saying that changing the gun laws is going to fix everything. You know what? Authentic Mission, I'm trying to get across, we are trying to get across the message that there is no one answer. The mind, we are only beginning to understand the mind right now. And by the way, it just, before I forget again, it just popped up in my head. The verse I was quoting earlier from the Bible was Luke chapter 6, verse 31. And look, I'm not asking that your Constitution change, but when the Constitution was written, they did not have the technology that we have now. They did not have 3D printers that I saw can print out a gun. Sure, you can only use it once, but I mean, they had a musket, they had, or whatever it's called. God would not want us to do this. God or your Allah or any true religion, okay? Any true religion, Buddhist, anything. It all believes in the golden rule, which essentially is don't harm anybody. We need to put, you know what? Change the gun laws just a bit. Make it back like it was in the older Clinton administration, and get rid of these major assault rifles and please, come on. We've let sorry, don't attack me for that. We've let I keep saying sorry. We've had kids die in America. We've had schools, churches, places of worship, man. Places where we're supposed to be free of assembly, free to assemble. And that again, that applies in Canada too, in some context. Like British, American, Irish, whatever, we are all brothers and sisters. We all feel this. Otherwise, there wouldn't be vigils in Toronto. There wouldn't be there wouldn't be vigils in like, there's so many of them going on right now. And it just, honestly, guys, please. And if there's anybody here that's disillusioned, like I said, and thinks that they're going to get fame from this ISIS crap, you're not. You're just going to be replaced by the next nut job. And I shouldn't be saying that because I'm an advocate for mental health, because I think we are only beginning to understand the mind, and the mind is so complex, I don't think we'll ever totally figure it out. I want to get CAT scans, brain scans, whatever. I want to figure out my brain patterns. I want to figure this out. We need to volunteer ourselves for anything we can to figure out the human mind for mental health research. There's no shame in mental health. And from what I understand, from the little bit I understand, this guy may have been covering up his sexuality because he was brought up that's wrong, or unfortunately he was playing this in more ways than one, and he was going to this Pulse nightclub, and he was putting his arm around guys, and he was flirting with them, and maybe he was planning to set someone up individually and just become a serial killer, unfortunately. But I've talked to pastors that are against homosexuality, and the ones that I've talked to at least say, look, regardless of what, well, this is what they say, but regardless of what God says, we are all still human. And you can hate the sin, but not the person. Do I necessarily believe that? No. Because I tried to pray it away and pray it away and pray it away and pray it away, and all it did was cause me more and more stress. Because as a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old, and you hear about a place like hell, and wonder about death at 9 years. I'm not blaming my parents for that. I've always had an active imagination. I think I've always been searching for answers, but I didn't know how to express it, and I didn't want to come across like a nut. Now, again, shouldn't be saying that word because there's no. I figure nowadays, if you ask, the earlier you ask the questions, I don't know. It's a mixed bag of, do you find the answers right away and get and find peace faster, or do you get more stressed out about the questions you've been asking? I don't know. I'm just now figuring this out. But what I'm saying is, we are, like, I don't know what they believe in Islam. Maybe they believe in hell. Maybe they, and maybe this guy all his life was trying. Like, I mean, he was married once. He was abusive. Maybe he was trying to cover up his homosexuality. He couldn't deal with the rage, and he unfortunately beat his wife. That was not right. And if you end up watching this lady by total fluke and you watch this video, I'm sorry, this killer beat you. I'm sorry he felt the way he may have felt about himself. But let's face it, we may never know what his true objective was with being on those gay sites, because he's dead. We are never going to be able to ask him these questions. Never. And I want American and Canadian. I think Canada's a little bit ahead of the game on this one, but we need to stop covering these killers' names, because guess what? They are people that do not deserve credit, regardless of how much mental pain they've been in. His mental pain of possibly not dealing with his sexuality does not justify killing a mother of 10 kids, does not justify killing an accountant, does not justify killing a gay person, period. Because regardless of whatever end of the spectrum you stand on people's sexuality, I rather people give into their give into their sexuality, as long as it's between two consenting adults, and just be happy with who they are, whether it's bisexual, whether it's gay, whether it's transgender. I rather, and I think Jesus would rather, or God would rather, people find an adult partner and be happy than cover themselves, try to cover up who they are, and become alcoholics, become enraged, and possibly do this again. This is, and I said to a friend of mine the other day, I'm happy we live in Canada, boy, but you know what? He's right. If a guy can come to our parliament and attack our parliament, then what's to stop a guy from going to a gay club and doing this in Canada? What's to stop it? I mean, I don't want it to happen. And if you're somebody that's watching this video and you're struggling with your sexuality because of your faith, like I said, Jesus or God, however you want to look at it, I think he would rather you be happy than kill your soul. And we as Canadians, as human beings, should be standing with Orlando rather than condemning them. They've had a rough week this week, and my brothers and sisters, we are with you. We love you. And do I have all the answers? No. Am I gonna have all the answers? No. Is any cop gonna have all the answers? No. Is any priest gonna have all the answers? No. Is there any do you get the point? Nobody's gonna have all the answers. Nobody. But we need to stand together and we need to figure this out, and we need to ask ourselves, how much of this can we put up with? Because my perspective on the world changed when I was 15 years old and 2001 hit and 9/11. I didn't get it then, and I get it on an aspect now, but I don't get it even more in another way now. And all you ISIS fear-mongering people, I mean, you people that are with ISIS that are spreading hate, Lord, forgive me, but the passion is just there. For all you guys that are there and spreading hate through your alleged faith, fuck you. ISIS, fuck you. And anybody that's considering going to ISIS and thinks that this world doesn't give a crap about them, maybe they can be famous through ISIS or anything like that, no. Think of the pain you will cause your family or any of your friends you do have. And guess what? There ain't going to be 70 virgins up there for you. So ISIS, again, fuck you. And Trump, you are their biggest advertiser. So fuck you. And Orlando, we stand with you. Amen. 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 Amen.